State government, oh. If you personally want to fight with me, finally, Mongo, Kunambo, and Badedo, but God, I am Vala, Bokwan Faelo, Mukwamavekor, Governor Kumufacha, Miakwa Governor Yao, Miakwa Governor Yoyamo, Miakwa Governor Yoyamo, Kalikwane, Mona see me so. Na police, oh. Na police and civil defense, oh. We come out to come protect us, oh. Because we said we didn't want to hear from the deputy governor unless the governor comes to speak with us himself. These people decided to start throwing tear gas at us, messing our people up. They even arrested all the people a lot of people are protesting with us. Why now? What did we do wrong? You can check the videos. We've been on live since this protest started till now. Nobody fight for this protest. We made sure everything was right. What we can't do to deserve all this tear gas and all these guns when they shoot at us? I'm asking, Benue State government, if you personally want to fight with me, finally, Mongo, Kunambo, and Badedo, but God, I am Vala, Bokwan Faelo, Mukwamavekor, Governor Kumufacha, Miakwa Governor Yao.
This is a jihadist movement that is going on in Benue State. Let me ask the Benue guys a question. If this thing happened during the time of your grandfather, what do you think your grandfather would do? What do you think that will happen during your grandfather? This land grabbing, this jihadist movement. Time is coming. Your wife will become their wife. Your children will become slaves. If this thing happened during the times of your grandfather will fight with his life to protect the land of his ancestors, to protect the community that you are having today. But all the guys of Benue, you left your community. You left and you are in Abuja, you are in Port Harcourt, you are in Lagos, you are in Kaduna, in training your life. Your grandfather will not do this. Your grandfather will never accept this rubbish to happen in their time. They will give their life for freedom. They will give their life for protection of their ancestral land. It is high time for you to tell yourself the truth. Leave the city, go to the village, enter bush, mount attack in the bush. All the young men go to the bush and stay 3 months, 1 week, 1 year in the bush. All the women should be cooking and be bringing for the men in the bush. Attack them before they will reach your home. Don't run and hide inside the room. It's not safe in the room. It's more safer outside there, inside the bush. Go after them. Die without a graveyard. Die as a hero. This nonsense must stop. Rise and go. Leave the city. Go to the village. Defend your father's land. Your father will not accept that. Your grandfather will not accept it. Why are you accepting this rubbish? Go and fight. Go and protect your land. Jesus will guide you. Israel are fighting war. Are you holier than Israel? Russia are fighting war. Are you better than Russia? Ukraine are fighting war. Are you better than Ukraine? This is war. Go and fight. Nonsense. Nonsense. God punish the devil. I hate this kind of attitude. Young men, rise and fight. Fight and die like a warrior. Don't die so cheap.
It's bleeding. Just look at yellow water. Brutal. Brutal beyond words. Over 150 people dead. Hundreds displaced. Farms destroyed. Food stores looted. And you know what one survivor said? He said, I heard them shouting in Fulani, then the gunfire started. I ran barefooted through the bush. When I came back, everything, my wife, my children, gone. Benue is bleeding. People are dying. Mothers, children, fathers, grandparents. And their only offense? Famine on their ancestral land. Can you just imagine that? I need you to just imagine this. The wail, the cry, the deafening scream from a mother's heart who walks into the room and can't find her children except slippers dripping of blood. The blood of her children. Children who will never get to graduate. The government is celebrating themselves and hanging up banners talking about 2027. Make I not talk within day my mind. People, I am pained, very pained. The weight of all of this, the grief, the righteous anger that is boiling up from within me. You see, we're not just talking statistics here. These are human beings. And you know, whenever the media says to you over 150, they actually meant to say 1,500. So I ask you, my people, how many more? How many more people need to die? How much more blood do we want to flow along the river Benue? How many more? How much tears do we want them to cry before we will hear them? When will this administration learn to pay attention to what needs attention? When will they take a pause from pushing who should defect from what party to APC and begin to focus on the responsibility before them? What exactly is happening in Benue? So Benue is the food basket of Nigeria. And whatever threatens Benue intends to throw Nigeria into hunger. And so who does it make happy that we are hungry? From where would we be calling for food? These are some of the questions that we need to begin to ask. Who is trading on the lives of Benue people? Whose bucket is getting filled with the blood of the innocent? We should begin to ask very deep questions because, yes, I agree, this has gone on for a while. But you remember Governor Uto when he came on and said, this is sponsored, and had to go a step ahead of creating his own security. It did save a few lives. And then now we have a governor who says...
So I wouldn't advocate for self-defense.
Nobody's asking you to support anything. We're saying live up to your responsibility as a governor. That's all people are asking for. Nothing else. I don't know how coordinated or not coordinated I sound today, but that's exactly how these killings in Benue has left me the last few days. I had said I will say nothing about this, but how can I be quiet in the face of this inhumanity against our own people? So who are these strangers? Because this is not communal clash. And let nobody fool himself thinking this is communal clash. Or as Mr. President says, senseless. Killing can never be sensible anyways. So we're not looking for sweet-sounding words. We're looking for action. Nigerians are calling for action. That's what we're calling for. So this is what we have become. Magun, Plateau State, over 130 farmers massacred by herdsmen. Gosa, Bronu, suicide bombers kill 32. Injure 48 at a wedding. A wedding is supposed to be a good event, isn't it? But what has happened at Gwasu, Bronu? Suicide bombers attack people at a wedding. Baga, Bronu. 57 people killed in a Boko Haram ambush. Who are the Boko Haram people? We need to understand. At one time, our former president Buhari said they were from Sudan and Libya and everywhere. Are they still from those places? At least they're human beings, not spirits. How is it that the best African soldiers, Nigerian, who fought for Ekomog, cannot handle herdsmen? Are they indeed sponsored? Who is sponsoring them? What fingers are we not seeing? This is getting out of hands. Tamua Yobe. 130 dead in a single night. Jesus, these are not just numbers. These are human beings. Why are we making human beings look like they're mere statistics? And then the Christmas massacre in Plateau. Nearly 200 dead and 300 injured. Christmas. And then now in Benue, 150 dead. Communities sacked, farmlands plundered, and then the worst of it, the deafening inactivity from Abuja. Yet in Rivers State, where we have an assumed fire outbreak at a well, or is it a pipeline? Without any consultations, a state of emergency was declared and an elected governor suspended. And here we are in Benue. We're waiting for action and no action. So are we only important when it has to do with our oil and gas? Cattle are more important than Nigerians in Nigeria.
Sister, look at cows in Makodi. Benue State government is escorting the Makodi capital. Sister, look.
Oh my God! Can you imagine this?
Administration is busy taking records of who has defected from one party to APC. Are we all about votes? This is 2025 and people are clamoring for 2027. Okay, Governor, I will not carry guns. Please, where were you when your people were crying? What were you doing? Because it's not enough for you to say, oh, it affected 20, whatever. It shouldn't have affected anywhere in the first instance. For you to say it affected 20 something and you beat it down to 3. How? Did you know before it started? Or you waited until it was 20 something so you can pretend to have brought it down and you bring it to 3? Sometimes you people don't even know what to say to people that are in pain. Mr. President, and all members of the House of Assembly, National Assembly, Senators, House of Reps, all of you, State Assembly, everybody. This call is for all of you. It's an emergency. We do not know where the National Emergency Management Agency was at this time. But this is an emergency and you need to declare that state of emergency. So for all the people, I think that this is the time that we begin to give ourselves instruction on what to do. We cannot continue to complain to people who do nothing but just pay deaf ears to what we do. So this is what we will do today. 1, we will all begin to speak up. Don't ever say your voice does not matter. It does matter. Speak from your little corner. Benue has been known to be resilient. It did not start today. This has been going on for many years. But somehow in the midst of the horror, something incredible still happens. The people of Benue keep going. They bury their dead, sweep the ashes of their living into little corners and start again. They rebuild with shaking hands. They console each other. Then they sing prayers with cracked voices. They paint seeds and plant them again because somehow inside of them is something that breathes life. So in pain, Benue people, you will rise again. You will demand justice for every child that was killed, for every man, every woman, every father, every home that is in tears. You will demand them. You will keep posting and reposting your pain until everyone who has contributed to this pain can see it and feel it and know what it means to be in pain. You will not be silent. And then when that 2027 comes, before you leave your homes, remember the people who did nothing. The ones who said nothing. And make sure none of them ever returns to work. Let them be like the ordinary man. That's how you will speak henceforth. You will not be used anymore. You will not be called food basket when it feeds them and pool of blood when they want.
I know that you know why Nigeria is currently in this bad state. Let us watch this. Did you see that? But that is not even the topic of the day. The topic of the day is the North, the Fulanese. All of them were not there yesterday in Benue State. Did you see any? I mean, the president was there, right? Regardless of how they tried to make that visitation to look like a ceremony, which I totally condemn, but not one single Fulani leader, just to show a sign of remorse, a sign of solidarity with the people of Benue, right? Not one single. I saw the governor of Plateau State, right? Muftuang, Caleb, Muftuang. But I try to survey the whole. Maybe I'm going to find, at least let me see one religious Islamic leader, a Fulani leader. Maybe I'll even see Sultan. I don't see him. Maybe I'll see Kano State Governor. I don't see him. I still saw Edo State Governor there. Right? I saw Ogun State Governor. I saw Kogi State Governor. Then I try to look in further. Maybe I go see Katsina, Borno. Borno, not one, but they want to come back to the seat of presidency. They want to kick out a southern president. And when I say things, get the real context of my argument here. I am not telling you Tinubu na better person. Tinubu couldn't get to Yeletawa. Is that the best person we as the South can present? But I'll tell you that if Ebuka Obi cannot galvanize all of the South and the Middle Belt, then whatever I go to, let Tinubu remain there. Because let me tell you, at this stage, it is clear that the North, if their hand touch that power, first and foremost, where Buhari stopped will be a joke. Don't forget, between the year 1999 to 2015, Middle Belt had, they had this little fracas trying to rise up. Obasanjo went in there, mopped out all the headsmen. Jonathan came in, he did the same. But it was under Jonathan. No, it was under Yar'Adua before Yar'Adua died. Between the axis of 2009, 2010, we started seeing letters written by Professor Pantani, the guy that worked for Buhari, the former Minister of Digital Economy and Communication. Professor Pantani, then he said he was still a radical, that now he said now I'm a repented extremist. Then he was an extremist, Islamic extremist indeed. Letters were written that the whole of Middle Belt must be Islamized. I'm going to show, look at the letter there. Just look at the letter. The names of Pantani were written there. They said all the Christian churches, all communities that are Christians, that they must be conquered, that they had to South, that the pathway to South is they must first and foremost take away Benue and Plateau. And if you look at the map, you see there, Benue and Plateau happens to be the blockade, the barricade into this core South, and that's the truth. Buhari came in, we saw the reignition of that. Buhari left, the legacies of what has happened under the regime of Buhari is what we are facing today. Hence the reason why we could not see. I thought I was going to see an El-Rufai there. I thought I was going to see, there are so many prominent Fulani leaders that I thought I was going to see there. Paul Eneche, a pastor, was there. So many pastors are still going there. So you know what I mean. Imagine this happened in Borno. Imagine this happened in Zamfara. Imagine this happened in Katsina. That it was which will never happen, by the way, but maybe it was some southern militias, maybe a Yoruba militia, maybe an Igbo militia, maybe even some Benue militias that went into Kano to buy nothing less than 250 Fulani Hausa. You should know that the very next day, you see the Sultan there. In that fact, you will see the Sultan there, you will see the Kano State Governor there, and the funniest thing is, and this is what aches me, this is what vexes me. You will see Lagos State Governor there. You will see Rivers State Governor there. You will see Wike there. The president will not come and complain that the roads are bad. You will be there. That shows that these people, are we afraid of them? I need to confirm. Like, I thought we were educated. So definitely we're supposed to be more enlightened. We're supposed to be more innovative, more inventive. Well, are we scared of them? Or have we been, should we accept our fate as the Middle Belt? Because what I'm seeing going on in the Middle Belt is more or less like they have been defeated. Right? They have been defeated. And the Middle Belt must get our support. Because whether we like it or not, Middle Belt is a fortress against this blood-testing murderers. Yes. The Middle Belt is like the wall of Beijing. that wall of China between this blood-sucking demons and the collective South. We must stand right behind them and hold them. Because if the middle belt falls, the South will be consumed. I'm telling you. Because we are not showing any form of resistance and strength as a people. How can we show strength when we are divided? How can we show strength when the Yoruba man is cursing the Igbo man? When the Igbo man is cursing the Yoruba man? How can we united and have that strength? So you see why I am saying that I am not in particular about this thing. Tinubu, I know, a bad guy. I've always said it. Those people that I want them to kick out Tinubu are Showore, Peter Obi. But the point is, if those two guys cannot galvanize the youth of the South, because if you take your time and look at their agenda, Showore is a person that believes in Biafra. Equally, he believes that Nigeria needs to have a new constitution. And he seemingly looks like someone that has the political will, but he does not have the love of the people. However, the Peter Obi that we know has the love of the people, but he has not been, in earnest, galvanizing the people as he should. He needs to make the people understand that this is the turn of the South. Peter Obi must be able to tell that coalition that he is trying to get into that, yes, this coalition will be a part of it, but the coalition must respect the zoning order, which means that it is the turn of the South. The interest of those going with me in the coalition will protect it. He needs to say this. But then, I am not Peter Obi. I am just a spectator who is out here that will say his mind. But what I want to guarantee and what I want to be sure happens is power at this stage will be too dangerous for the southern political existence if we fail to protect that power in 2027. These power mongers, the Fulanese oligarchs, their eyes is on the ball. Let's listen to what Erufai has to say.
Anybody that thinks that it is possible for President Bola Tinubu to get re-elected is living in another country, not Nigeria. It is impossible for Bola Tinubu to get re-elected. I don't see a pathway for him. No matter how disorganized the opposition is, who will vote for him?
Come back. Erufai's statement there. If you look at it objectively, what does that tell you? This was the guy that brought the idea of Muslim ticket for Tinubu. He was the one that said that there will be disregard for Christianity in Kaduna State. We know how polarized religiously Kaduna is. We can categorically say that 40% of Kaduna people are Christians. Yes, we know that. But then, this same Erufai that you just listened to, who I said that there's no way on earth Tinubu will win 2027, was that same guy that came out and said that Muslim ticket will rule Kaduna for the next 5 decades. What does this signify? This is a man who is ready to break every remnant of whatever fabric that is uniting us as a nation into pieces for as long as the desires, the wishes of his masters in that caliphacy is achieved. The very best thing that Tinubu did was to kick him out, because he is the biggest attack dogs of the Fulani oligarchs. Yes, the same Erufai said that if one Fulani man is killed, it works nothing less than 50 souls. And if it's going to take them 50 years, the Fulani man will retaliate. It doesn't matter in whatever context he said it. Why should he say such? That's the point. For him to say it, for him to give such assertion simply means he knows these are in existence, he believes these things happen, and to some extent, he has a support for it.